CoreWeave announced some new features today, helping businesses manage and track the ways in which they use GPUs. CoreWeave, of course, falls into a category of companies that we have been tracking very closely at the information, the Neo Clouds. Here to tell us more about the news is Chen Goldberg, Senior Vice President of Engineering. Chen, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. Good morning.
So I'm excited to talk about the new features today. Tell us a little bit about the mission control expansion that CoreWeave is unveiling today.
Sure. So, if you think about what's happening right now with AI, is that the type of workloads requires a different type of architecture. And that's what we've been doing for a long time, is thinking about the stack as one. So not only being intentional about every part of the stack, but how we think about it holistically. Today with Mission Control, we are actually providing visibility and transparency to all of our customers the same way that we have it internally, which means the detection becomes simpler and they really have the data in real time that allows them to understand and really stop the guesswork of what's happening in their environments from metal to model, meaning they can see anything from the data center up to their workload.
I'm curious, when you were talking to customers, what was the pain point that you had that prompted you to make this feature in the first place?
I was just talking with an enterprise customer yesterday, and they mentioned three things that they care about. The first thing is performance. Two reasons for that. Of course, GPUs are expensive and they want to optimize and make sure that they utilize the environment the best way, but also thinking about the latency and how quickly they can respond to customers. The second thing is reliability. AI workloads are becoming more and more critical for our customers, and they want to make sure that they can provide the right guarantees to their customers.
Right.
And last but not least is security. And really those three things just come up again and again for all of our customers. That's top of mind for them. And that's really aligned very well with the value propositions of mission control.
Now, I want to take a step out of the feature and talk a little bit about CoreWeave more broadly. One of the things that I always wonder with the Neo Cloud class of companies is we know that there are the big cloud providers, and now we know we have the fast-growing cloud providers. How does CoreWeave think about differentiating itself against these giants?
The advantage that we have is that we can really focus on what these new workloads demand. There's a big difference when you think about an AI workload. If before every node or a machine would run a single task, now all of these tasks have to run together, orchestrated. And it means that, for example, if a single node breaks, the entire system slows down. Okay, so this is just one example of how things are changing. Also, the way we think about compute, network, and storage has changed. If before we thought about it as a commodity, now performance, how much data is getting to the GPU is becoming a high priority. So the opportunity that we came to the market and to our customers is to say, hey, we are building now this new stack that is really optimized for these new type of workloads. In addition to that, I think that our size is actually an advantage for us, which allows us to really partner with our customers. And that's something that we hear over and over again, that our customers appreciate their opportunity to work directly with engineering and really troubleshoot together those really complicated environments.
Now, when I think of CoreWeave, I obviously think of NVIDIA and the focus that the company has on GPUs and helping customers access that compute. Are you working with other chips at all, like TPUs?
At this moment, we are really driving that decision based on customer demand, and we are seeing the best results with NVIDIA. Our infrastructure is not tied to a certain chip provider, but we really appreciate the partnership with NVIDIA, and things have been working well for us, providing that system.
So the infrastructure that CoreWeave has built, it could be used with TPUs
100%.
And so has the company bought any TPUs?
At the moment, we haven't done that, but if a customer would raise that need, or we'll see a better performance or any signals from the market, we can, of course, explore new options in the future.
And broadly speaking, I mean, I am just curious about how you think about the future of these chips. NVIDIA has the lion's share of the market. It has a very powerful chip. But speaking, personally, I mean, how do you see this evolving over the next 3 years? Is it always going to be NVIDIA that owns the market here, or do you see, AMD increasing its market share over time, for example?
I definitely don't think that I can predict how things will look like. What's important is that we'll continue to partner with our ecosystem
Right.
to make sure that we deliver the best service to our customers.
Great. Well, Chen, I want to thank you so much for coming on. It's a fascinating feature and a great time for NeoCloud. So we look forward to having you on very soon again. That is Chen Goldberg from CoreWeave here on TI TV.